Welcome to this short video for Hands on Heart. So Hands on Heart is one of my top favorite self-soothing tools. It's something you can use anytime, anywhere, and all it requires is hands and a heart. Now, bringing the hands to the heart like this may be a gesture that feels uncommon or uncomfortable for some people. But let's just try a quick thought experiment. What do you do when your tooth is hurting? You've got a really sore tooth, maybe it's late at night and you can't sleep, perhaps it's during the working day. What do you do? We often do this, don't we? Oh, my tooth is hurting. We want to put warmth on it, contact, touch, maybe even some gentle stroking or soothing. What about if we have a headache? What do we do then? We put our hands to our head, we might massage. We use our hands to try and soothe pain. Or the one that I often experience, what happens if you hit your elbow on something, perhaps going a little bit too fast and accidentally hitting your elbow on something? Yes, we take our hand, don't we? We take our hand, we rub, we bring some warmth, maybe some very gentle pressure, and we try to soothe using our hands. And so with our emotional pain, which may be in the region of the heart, maybe elsewhere in the body, can we experiment with taking our hands to the heart? And just try it. Just try it. When we first do this, it can feel uncomfortable and odd. So we need our curiosity, our courage. But ultimately, this is about compassion. How can I hold my heart in times of difficulty, in times of challenge? And just trying that now could be one hand, could be two hands. Just get a sense of what's most comfortable or least uncomfortable for you as you place your hands on the heart. And if it's helpful, closing the eyes and beginning to drop your attention down from this busyness of the head or perhaps any reactivity about the difficult situation, just very, very directly feeling one hand making contact with the other, feeling the hand that makes contact with the clothes or the skin. And you might even be able to feel the breath moving in and out of the body underneath the hand, that sense of slight rise and fall of the chest, maybe even the heart beating. And in this mindful mode, we don't seek to change or modify those sensations. The hands are there as a witness, as a soothing, comforting witness to whatever's going on with our breath or our heart, which may be elevated if this really is a challenging moment. It would be totally understandable that both of these physiological markers may be elevated, breath a bit faster or shallow, heart beating. But let's use our hands to witness that and see if we can use this gesture of holding and care to be with what's difficult. Even just 3 breaths can be enough. And you might want to change the hands around, have one hand or the other, or maybe there's even some other body part that you want to experiment with, but hands on heart really is the most powerful one in my experience. So let's finish this exercise with 3 breaths. And then taking in the final breath an internal selfie, just seeing how is the state of the body and mind after doing that practice. And I do recommend maybe some drawing or some journaling each time you do this practice. Every time you drop into it, it's a type of scientific experiment where you're studying your own experience and response. So keeping some notes in a journal like a scientist would, observing what happens, and particularly trying it again and again. So one place I really like to use this is when I'm lying in bed. Maybe I'm just having a rest or a short break, and I find that this very quickly helps me to slow down, regulates my vagal nerve, kind of reduces some of the busyness of the head if I want to have a kind of power nap so I'm back and refreshed and ready to work. Also using it at night time to help to get to sleep. And sometimes even in the morning, when I notice that I'm waking up and my mind is getting very busy very quickly, perhaps with some worries or anxieties about what I need to do during the day, then just even 5 minutes resting with hand on heart, showing that gesture of care to the body, to the heart, to the emotions at the start of the day can be quite helpful. So I really encourage you to give this a go. Maybe have a think about where you're going to try it, how you're going to record what happens, and trying it under a variety of circumstances. As I've said, for me, the first few times when I did this, I was very reticent, I was reluctant, I was skeptical. But very quickly, with practice and experience, it became one of my go-to practices. And certainly it is something that I use regularly in my clinical work with my clients and those that I'm coaching, because we just find it so helpful. And we love to do it together at the beginning of the session as well, to really set our orientation as we go into this work into something that's led by our heart and led by this orientation of care. So I wish you well, and let me know how it works for you. Be interested to hear, and go gently into your explorations.